Alright, so welcome back. Ito naman yung ating example number 1 para sa ating isolated footing. Square spread footing supports 400 mm square tight column. Above the footing is to be covered with 150 mm concrete basement floor above the NGL. The column is reinforced with 825 mm diameter. The thickness of the footing is 500 mm with an effective depth of 400 mm. The bottom of the footing is 1.2 meters below the natural grade line. Use F'C 21 megapascal Fy 415 and the allowable bearing stress to be 290 kilopascal. The service loads are also given. Dead load axial is 800 kilonewton, then live load axial is 650 kilonewton. Specific weights are also given. Gamma of the soil is 18 kilonewton per cubic meter and the gamma of concrete is 24 kilonewton per cubic meter. Determine the following: dimension of the footing, number of 22 mm bars to reinforce the footing in both ways, required spacing of 16 mm temperature or shrinkage bars, the allowable wide beam shear force, and the punching shear stress. So yung figure dito is na-drawing na rin natin dito. So check lang natin, no? Yung bottom of the footing daw is 1.2 below the natural grade line. Say for example, this is our natural grade line. Okay? So ito yung ating NGL. Okay, so 1.2 yung bottom. Thickness of the footing is 0.5 meters. Or 500 mm, no, total thickness. Then also meron daw tayo ditong concrete basement sa taas ng NGL natin na ang kapal ay 0.15 meters. Okay, so first determine the dimension of the footing. Again, yung step natin ang susundin natin. For step number 1, we have to calculate first the effective pressure. Okay, so to do that, we simply write, okay, yung allowable natin, again, this is equal to the effective plus the soil, the concrete, and the surcharge pressure. Okay? So, given naman na dito yung allowable natin, 290 kilopascal, effective, yan yung hinahanap. Yung soil natin, masasolve natin, no? So, meron tayo ditong 1.2 na lalim, okay, from the NGL to the bottom of the foundation. Okay, so, tapos meron tayo ditong 0.5 para sa ating concrete. Okay, so therefore, meron tayo ditong lupa, no? Okay, so ito yung mga soil natin at meron siyang thickness na 1.2 less 0.5 or 0.7 na thickness. Okay, so ito ay 0.7 meter. Alright? So, para makuha natin yung pressure, that is simply gamma of the soil times the thickness of the soil. No? Gamma times height gives us kilopascal. Okay? So, pressure na yon. Ganon din sa concrete. Gamma ng concrete times the thickness of the concrete. Okay? So, substitute natin everything here. We have the allowable here, 290 equal to yung unknown na effective plus yung soil natin, that is gamma of the soil is 18 times the thickness of the soil is 0.7 plus gamma of the concrete is 24, thickness of the concrete is 0.5 plus we actually have a surcharge. No? Meron tayong pinatong dito na pressure. So yung pinatong natin ay concrete basement, so ibig sabihin concrete din na material yan. Therefore, gamma height lang din ang gagamitin natin dito para makuha yung kanyang pressure. Now yung gamma, dahil concrete lang din yan, so 24 lang din times yung kanyang thickness na 0.15 meters. Okay? So, finally, we can now solve for the value of the effective pressure. Okay? So, substitute lang natin lahat. 290 less 18 times 0.7. Oops. 18 times 0.7 less 24. Okay? Times, okay, pagsamahin ko na, no, yung 0.5 and 0.15. So, 0.65. Okay? So, overall, meron tayo ditong 261.8 kilopascal. 261.8 kilopascal. Okay? So, meron na tayong effective and then ito na yung gagamitin natin to calculate the dimension of the footing. Now, sabi dito, square yung ating footing. So, alam na natin na side by side, S by S yung kanyang magiging dimension. Okay? Now, recall yung formula natin for the area of the footing. this is equal to the actual load divided by the divided by effective pressure. Now again, yung actual load natin dito, this is service load, no? Dahil effective, dapat ito ay service load. Okay? So ibig sabihin, walang factor dapat. Okay? So ano yung mga load natin o mga service loads natin? Given na rin naman. Dead load natin 800 tapos live load 650. Okay? So, yung area natin ng footing, tawagin na lang natin tong S square. Okay? Dahil square naman daw yung ating footing, no? So, S by S. Tapos, yung ating service load, that is simply 800 plus 650. So, this is 800 plus 650. And then, divide this by 261.8. 261.8. Then, finally, pwede na natin kunin yung dimension ng ating footing. Okay? So, yung kanyang side ay equal to what? Okay? So, diretso na natin dito. 800 plus 650 divided by the answer. No? So, square root lang naman ito. 261.8. Okay? And then, meron tayo ditong dimension na 2.35. Okay? So, 2.35. 2.35 something actually, no? Meron siyang sobra. 3.4 something. Okay? So, syempre, gusto natin tong gawin natin, ano na lang, no? Mas maganda tignan kung round up na lang natin to in 2.4. Okay? And 2.4 rather. 2.4. Pwede naman 2.36 na, pero by 5 mm is better siguro. So, ito, baksan natin ito. 2.4 by 2.4. Okay? So, kahit isang side na lang yung kunin natin dahil ito naman ay square, no? So, automatically, yung kabila ay 2.4 lang din naman. Alright? Next, the number of 22 mm bars to reinforce the footing in both ways. Okay? So, yung step number 2 natin is to calculate the ultimate pressure na nangyayari dito. Okay? So, ito po, ayan, lagyan natin dito, no? Magkakaroon ito ng QU pressure kung yung ating actual load ay magkakaroon ka ng QU dito kung ang actual load natin ay naka-ultimate din, no? So, solving for QU, okay? So, dito natin lagay step 1, then step 2 na lang dito sa may kabila. Okay, so the QU, this is simply ultimate load divided by the area of the footing. Okay? So, yung PU natin, okay, para maging ultimate, this is simply 1.2 ng dead plus 1.6 ng live divided by the area of the footing. Okay? So, yung QU natin dito is simply equal to 1.2 of 800 plus 1.6 of 650. Okay? And then, divide this by the area of the footing. Now, yung area ng footing natin is hindi yung ito, no, yung rounded na. Dahil in-equate na natin na yung dimension na 2.4 by 2.4, ang gagamitin na natin na area, of course, ng footing ay yung 2.4 by 2.4. Or simply, this is now 2.4 square, no? So, yung QU natin is dependent dun sa final answer na natin for the area. Now, meron na tayo ditong QU na equal to, okay? So, this is 1.2 of 800 plus 1.6 of 650. Divide this by 2.4 square. Okay? And then finally, we have 347.22. 347.22. 347.22. This is kilopascal. Okay? Now, pagka-solve natin ng QU, pwede na natin actually kunin yung MU. Then, yung MU, yun yung gagamitin natin para makalculate natin kung ano yung magiging AS natin. And then, ultimately, yung number of rebars. Okay? So, step number 3. Kunin natin yung kanyang MU. Okay? So, para makuha yung MU, ito po yan. Na? Okay? So, for example, ito po yung ating QU. Okay? Or copy na lang natin siguro. Or drag down rather. Okay? Lagay natin sa step number 3 ito. Yan. Para hindi mahirap mag-drawing. Alright. So, ito na yung QU natin. Lagay natin dito yung value niya. 347.22 kilopascal. Okay? And then, sabi natin, ang location ng MU, kapag ganito, pedestal lang, no? Column pedestal is nasa face of the column. Tama? Okay? So, nandito po yung ating critical. Nandito sa may face of the column po tayo. Alright? So, meron na tayo ditong nilagay na dash line dati. Ngayon, puputulin lang natin ito. Okay? So, sa top view, pare-parehas naman ito dahil square lahat. No? So, kahit saang location ka tumingin, okay lang. Kahit saang side. Left, right, top, or bottom. Equal po lahat yan. Now, say for example, i-consider natin yung sa may left na part na lang. No? So, kunyari, ito na yung naputol natin na foundation. Okay? So, dito may lalabas na MU. Ngayon, ano yung magiging value ng MU na yan? Okay. So, yung value ng MU na yan, isipin natin na para tong cantilever beam. Okay? So, kailangan mag-moment itong QU natin dito sa may critical section natin. Okay? So, to do that, kailangan natin malaman ano ba yung resultant ng ating QU. Okay? Take note na yung QU natin dito ay rectangular and all throughout the section yan. No? So, parang ganito po yan sa top view or sa isometric view. Okay? So, ayan, yung QU natin is applied all throughout this one. Okay? So, kung gusto nating malaman yung kanyang resultant, okay? So, nandito yung resultant nito. So, tawagin na lang natin tong R siguro. Ayan, resultant force. Mag-a-act yan sa center nitong footing natin. Okay? Kung ano man yung naiwan dito. So, para makuha natin yung okay, so by the way, no, sabi natin yung ating foundation ay square. Tapos na-solve na natin kanina yung kanyang dimension. It is 2.4 meter by 2.4 meter. Okay, say for example, ito yung column natin. Tapos yung moment, okay, yung critical section natin for moment ay ito. Okay, so nandito sa may face of the column. Now, kailangan natin yung distance na to or yung dimension na to. Tawagin natin tong n na lang siguro. Now, to get the value of n, this is simply equal to what? Okay? So, yung value ng n dito is simply 2.4, okay? 2.4 minus, okay, minus itong dimension ng column natin. Yung dimension ng column natin ay 400 mm by 400 mm. Now, this is in meters, so dapat yung column natin ay also in meters. So, minus 0.4. Tapos, okay, so 2.4 less 0.4 dito, divide natin ng 2 dahil may n ka dito sa kabila. Actually, may n ka rin naman dito sa may kabila. So, divide natin ito by 2. Okay? So, 2.4 less 0.4, that is 2 divided by 2, that is now 1 meter. Okay? So, meron na tayo ditong n na 1 meter. Okay? So, again, ito yung side ng ating foundation. This is 2.4 meters by 1 meter. Okay? Now, para makuha natin yung resultant, that is force, no? Okay, so for example, ito yung QU natin. We know that pressure or QU is simply equal to R divided by the area. Okay? Pressure is equal to force divided by area. Para makuha natin yung kanyang resultant. Okay, so R natin therefore is QU, that is 347.22 times yung area na 2.4 by 1 meter. Okay, para makuha natin yung value ng resultant natin. Okay, so finally, pwede na natin kunin ang ating R, that is 347.22 times 2.4. Okay, so we have R 833.33. 833.33 kilonewton. Ito na yung ating resultant. Okay, now yung resultant na to, magmo-moment na yan dito sa ating critical section and then finally magkakaroon na yan ng MU. Okay, so dito po yung ating MU na yan. Kukontrahin ng MU natin yung resultant na yan. Okay, so yung R natin, saan ulit nag-a-act? Of course, nandito yan sa ating center. Okay, meron tayo ditong R. Alright, so alam natin na yung distance na to ay dahil nasa gitna yan, okay, nasa gitna po ng n over 2. Okay, kanina nakuha na natin yung n over n, no? Yung 1. So kung n over 2 yan, dahil diyan nag-act yung ating resultant, therefore 0.5 yung kanyang eccentricity from our critical section. And then finally, pwede na natin kunin, no, yung MU natin. Okay, so yung mu natin dito is simply r times n over 2. Okay? So, nagmo-moment lang yung r natin dito sa ating critical section. R times n over 2. Yung kanyang moment arm. Okay, so 833.33 times 1 over 2. Okay? 1 meter divided by 2 or 0.5 meters. So, finally, meron tayo ditong mu, okay? Na equal to 416.66. 416. Okay, or lagay na lang natin lahat. 416.664 kilonewton meter. Okay? So meron na tayo ditong mu. And then yung step number 3 natin or 4 rather, no? 4 na lang siguro. Diretso na natin. Skip na natin yung sa may checking of if adequate ba yung ating section or hindi. No, assume natin adequate ito. Okay, tapos bakalan lang natin. Hindi naman tinatanong dito sa problem. Okay? So, yung ating mu, na-solve na natin. Okay? So, step number 4. Okay, solve na natin yung process. Mu is equal to phi mn. Ganito lang yan, di ba? Tapos, yung mn natin dito is actually equal to 0.85 f prime c tapos ab, okay, yung malaking b times d minus a over 2. Okay? Tapos makukuha na natin yung a dito. Now, idiretso na natin yung mn natin dito, gawin na nating mu over phi. Okay? So, pwede natin sabihin this is mu over phi is equal to 0.85 f prime c ab times d minus a over 2. Okay? Now, yung mu na natin dito, pwede na nating i-substitute everything. So, 416.664. Now, dapat ito ay naka-Newton mm. So, gawin natin tong times 10 raised to 6. Divide this by phi natin dahil laging tension controlled. 0.9 is equal to 0.85. Okay, f prime c natin. Anong binigay? F prime c is 21, Fy is 415. Okay? F prime C is 21 times yung A natin is syempre unknown, no? Unknown yung A, and then ano yung B natin dito? Yung B natin dito is of course itong 2.4. Okay? Ito yung subject, okay? Ito yung babakalan natin. Okay? So therefore, yung width neto ang kukunin natin, which is yung 2.4. Okay? So that is 2.4. Okay, or gawin natin tong 2,400. Okay, para mm lahat din yung ating dimension. Now, yung effective depth, ano bang binigay dito? Okay, so kapag may sinabing effective depth, yun yung gagamitin natin all throughout. Okay, so ang effective depth natin dito na given ay 400. Okay, so kung ano man ang tanungin, kahit ano lang ang tanungin, mu, one-way shear or punching shear, okay, isang effective depth na lang yung gagamitin kasi may binigay na yung problem. So, this is now 400 less A over 2. Okay? Then, finally, pwede na natin kunin ano ba yung phi or yung A natin rather. Okay? So, isi-simplify ko lang muna ito. 416.664 times 10 raised to 6. Okay? Divide this by 0.9. Tapos, yung side na to, i-divide ko lahat. Okay? I-divide ko ng 0.85, 21, 2,400. Ilalagay ko na dito sa may baba. 0.85 times 21 times 2,400. Okay? So, ito, no? 0.85, 21, 24. Nilagay ko dito sa may left term or left equation. Tapos, store ko to sa may A na lang. Okay? And then, recall natin yung value ng A. Okay, para simplified. Tapos, meron akong unknown na X. Okay, alpha X. Times 400 less 0.5 of X. Okay, or yung X over 2. Okay, so again, yung A natin, in-store ko na kanina sa mga constant. Tapos, X yung unknown, yung A. So, pwede na natin tong i-shift solve. Okay, so recall lang natin yung value ng A. And then, assume tayo ng value muna natin. Then, okay, so A now is 28 mm. 27.99 something or 28 mm is good. Okay, so assume natin dito 28 mm. Okay, now pagka-solve natin ng A, again, ang next step natin ay C equals T. Okay, so this is 0.85. F prime C natin, diretso na natin, 21 times yung A natin is 28 times yung B natin is 2,400 is equal to AS, yan yung tinatanong, then FY natin ay 415. Ayan. AS FY. Okay? AS 415. Okay, and then finally, pwede na natin kunin ang value ng AS. Okay? So, ang AS natin dito ay 0.85 times 21 times 28 times 2,400. Okay, and then divide this by 415. Okay? So, 2890.41. 2890.41 mm square. Okay? Now, is this the final answer? Of course, hindi pa. Okay? We need to check if pasok ito sa ating minimum. Dapat ito ay greater than our minimum. Alright, so yung AS min natin. Okay? Ang AS min natin for FY less than 420, you recall, this is 0.002 area gross. Okay? Again, this is for FY less than 420 megapascal. Again, 415 yung ating FY. Okay? So, ito yung gagamitin natin na formula. So, this is 0.002. Okay, gross ito, no? So, saan yung tinitingnan natin dito na section? Okay, yung tinitingnan natin dito na section ay yung naputol na section. So, ito po. Okay? Yung thickness natin ay given na rin kanina, no? 0.5 by 2.4. Okay? Yung area nitong naputol ay 2.4 by 0.5. That is the gross section. Okay? So, gawin lang natin dito. That is, in mm pa rin naman, 2,400 by 500. Okay? Gross area. So, our minimum here is equal to 0.02 times 2,400 times 500. Okay? 2,400. Okay? 2,400 mm square. Okay? Ayan. Kung gagamitin natin yung pang board exam, okay? So, para gamitin yung pang board exam, dalawa yun, di ba? Okay? So, wag natin gamitin tong board exam, no? Kasi, ayan. So, pwede naman gamitin yung board exam or kayo bahala, no? Choice nyo. Okay, so yung AS min natin for board exam, this is equal to 1.4 over FY BD. Okay? Or, yung isa naman is square root F prime C over 4 FY BD. Okay? So, kailan ginagamit yung isa? Kailan ginagamit yung isa? So, sabi dito, whichever is greater. No? So, may one way naman, no? Or, yes, may shortcut para malaman, no? Kung ito yung gagamitin natin na formula if ang F prime C natin ay less than 32 MPa. Okay? And then, ito naman ang gagamitin natin kapag ang F prime C ay greater or equal to 32 MPa. Ayan na. So, ito po yung shortcut. So, kapag sinubstitute kasi natin dito yung 32 MPa, okay, square root of 32 divided by 4 is greater than 1.4 na constant nito dito sa may kabila. Okay? Kasi, common sa kanila yung over FY BD. Okay? Over FY tapos times BD. Parehas sila, no? So, ito lang i-compare natin. Square root F prime C over 4 versus 1.4. Okay? Kapag 32 yung F prime C natin divided by 4, magiging 1.41 something na yan, no? Okay? So, i-check natin, na this is equal to square root of 32 divided by 4. Ayan, square root of 2 or 1.41 something. Okay? So, kung ginawa natin 31 sana ito, okay? Kung gagawin natin tong square root of 31, okay, 1.39. So, mas malaki itong 1.4 dito. Okay? So, yun yung shortcut, rather. Alright, so, sinang F prime C natin ay less than 32, no? 21 MPa yung ating F prime C. So, ito yung gagamitin natin. 1.4 over FY BD. Okay? So, ito yung mag-govern. AS min natin dito is 1.4 over FY. That is 415 times B natin. That is 2,400. Yun yung width. Times. Okay? D na to. Hindi na siya yung gross kanina. Kanina gross ito 500. Now, effective depth na lang D. So, yung effective depth natin ay 400. Okay? So, yung AS min naman natin para dito is equal to, okay? So, again, no, laging mas malaki talaga to. 1.4 over FY times 2,400 times 400. Okay? And so 3238. And 3238 point, okay, 0.55. Okay? So 0.55 mm square. Okay? Ayan. So kung magbo-board exam ka, ito yung gamitin mo. Kasi ito yung talagang ginagamit sa board exam. Sa real life din, pwede mo na itong gamitin, no? Kasi mas malaki talaga yung binibigay niya as compare dito sa may kabila. Okay? So although ito yung nakalagay sa code natin, okay, ang pangit naman, no, kung ibabypass natin yung code natin. Pero, well, kung gusto nating mas safe yung ating structure, why not we choose the better, no? Itong mas malaki. Okay? So, sige. Ito, 2.4 versus 2.8, ito talaga yung mag-govern 2.8 kung yung code ang i-follow natin. Pero kung yung board exam 3238.55 is greater than AS. Okay? So sige, practical na lang siguro tayo, no? Yung mas malaking area na lang yung i-consider natin. Okay, so sige, board exam yung gagamitin natin. Okay, so AS min, ito yung mag-govern dahil itong 3238.55 ay mas malaki kaysa kay 2890.41. Okay? So, ito na yung gagamitin natin. Board exam na lang. Para mas madaming bakal. Oops. Since nandito ka na rin naman sa part ng video ito, maaaring pa-like, share, and subscribe ka na rin sa ating channel. Thank you. Okay, so yung tanong sa letter C or letter B pa lang pala tayo. How many 22 mm bars to reinforce the footing in both ways? Okay, so to calculate the number of rebars, this is simply equal to area of the steel divided by area of 1 bar. Okay, so yung area of 1 bar, that is pi over 4, kung ano yung size, 22 square. Okay, again, area of the steel divided by area of the required rebar. Okay, so yung gagamitin natin na area is 3238.55. Divide this by pi over 4. 22 square. Now, the number of bars here is equal to, okay, so answer divided by pi over 4, oops, pi over 4, 22 square. Alright, so 8.52. Okay, so 8.5 or kahit 8.5 na lang, okay lang naman dahil always round up lang din naman ito. Okay, so hindi naman pwede ang 8.5 na bakal, so we make it 9 pieces. Alright, so ito yung sagot natin sa ating letter B. Okay, sa board exam, ito na yung gamitin natin. And practically, no, sa totoong buhay, ito na lang din yung gamitin natin dahil mas madaming bakal nga naman talaga, no? Okay, so that's letter B. And next, for letter C naman, required spacing of the shrinkage, okay, or yung top bar daw natin, if 16 mm yung ginamit. Okay, this is square footing. Alright? So, sabi natin sa rule, no, ang bakal natin sa baba, okay, kapag square footing na two-way, ang bakal natin sa baba ay equal sa taas. Okay, so kung meron tayong 9 pieces sana sa bottom, okay, this is actually bottom, no, main bar ito. Dapat meron na rin tayong 9 pieces para sa itaas. Okay? Kaya lang, mag-i-equal lang sila na 9 pieces by 9 pieces kung pareha sila ng diameter. Since yung tanong sa letter C, okay, ginawa natin dito, no? Instead na 22 mm daw yung gamitin natin, what if palitan natin ng 16 mm yung ating rebar? Okay? So, to do that, ito lang yung gagawin natin. Okay? We know that yung area ng steel sa baba dapat ay equal sa top. Okay? So, ano yung area natin sa bottom? Yung area natin sa bottom, yung nag-govern kanina ay 3238.55. So, equate lang natin yan dito. 3238.55 is equal to area of the top. Okay? So, yun na yung gamitin natin. Area ng top. Okay? AS top. So, dapat equal sila, na? Okay, and then yung top natin, okay? So, sige, ganyan na lang, na? So, dapat pareha sila. Alright, so para makuha natin yung number of rebars dun sa top, gawin natin, of course, area nung top divided by pi over 4, yung required, 16 square. Okay? So, 3238 ulit, 0.55. 3238.55. Okay, divide this by pi over 4 16 square. Ayan. So pi over 4 16 square. Okay, gives us equal to what? 3238.55. Divide this by pi over 4 16 square. And 16.11. Okay? Or 16.10. Okay lang naman. 16.10. Okay, and then of course round this up, no? So yung top natin dapat round up lagi niyan. Lagi yan, no? So 17 pieces. Hindi pwede yung 16 point something. Okay? So yung number of 16 mm sa top, kapag pinalitan natin yung size niya, instead of 22, ginawa nating 16, magiging 17 pieces na. Yung 9 pieces naging 17 pieces. Okay? Just adjusting the diameter. Okay, so this is letter C. Next, letter D naman. What is the allowable wide beam shear force? Okay, so allowable wide beam shear force. Okay. We have to locate the critical section for the wide beam. Okay? So again, ang sabi natin, ang location ng critical section for wide beam. Okay, copy natin to. For letter D. Ayan. Ayan. So, burahin lang natin yung iba dito. Oops. Ayan. Okay, so alam natin na kapag nilolocate natin yung critical section for wide beam, okay, isukatin natin, no, kapag wide beam, the distance from the face of the pedestal or the column. Or pwede rin naman na the distance from the location of MU. So nataon naman na ito yung MU natin dito sa location na to. So pwede natin dito sukatin na lang, no, the distance. Okay? So ayan. So kung the distance na yan, okay, so ito yung critical section natin for wide beam. Okay, then tawagin natin to na X distance na lang. Okay, so yung D natin again is constant na 400 mm. Okay, so binigay naman na yun ng problem natin. Effective depth distance, 400 mm. Okay, so kung 400 mm ito, okay, paano natin isolve yung X distance dito? So ito, meron din tayong D ulit dyan. And then, meron ka ulit X dito. Okay, and then yung total width ng ating footing is 2.4 meter. So, to solve the value of X, this is simply equal to 2.4, yung total width, ilas lang natin yung column dimension minus dalawang effective depth. Okay, and then both side may XX tayo or divide this by 2. Okay, so ito yung magiging value ng ating X. Right, so 2.4 less and 2.4 less 0.4 less dalawang 0.4 ulit, okay, or 0.8, then divide this by 2. Okay, so ang ating X is 0.6 meters. Okay, so 0.6 meters. Okay, now ito na yung magiging section natin for our punching, our wide beam rather. Okay, so ito yung X natin, tapos meron pa rin tayo ditong 2.4. Okay, ayan na. So yung X, okay, so meron pa rin tayo ditong QU, of course. Yung QU natin, nag-a-act pa rin yan dito sa may ilalim natin. And then ang tanong pala dito is, ano daw yung allowable wide beam shear force natin. Okay, so kapag ka-allowable, again, hiramin lang natin dahil shear force lang naman yung tinatanong pala dito, no? Okay, so ito lang yung VC. Okay, so yung VC natin is 1/6 lambda square root F prime C BD. Alright, so ayan, no? Bakit pa natin pinutol-putol pala? Anyway, solve na lang din natin mamaya yung stress. Okay, follow-up question na lang, no? So 1/6 lambda square root F prime C BD. Okay, so B, or pwede rin naman to capital B, no? Whatever, okay lang naman, same lang. Okay, so 1/6. Okay, walang binigay na lambda. Hindi sinabi kung normal weight, sunlight weight, or all light weight. We always assume na normal ito. So 1 yung ating magiging lambda. Then F prime C natin ay 21. Okay, and then yung B natin dito, this is 2,400. Okay? Yun yung width ng ating footing times the effective depth na 400. Okay? And then, ang masosolve natin dito ay Newton. Okay? So, divide this by 1,000 to make it kilonewton. Okay? So, gawin natin dito. 1/6 times square root of 21. Okay? Times 2,400 times 400. Okay? And then, divide this by 1,000 lahat, na? Para maging kilonewton. Okay? So, 733.21. 733.21 kilonewton. Okay? So, dahil force lang naman pala yung tinatanong dito, no? Check natin. Okay? Ayan, allowable shear force lang naman. Okay? So, ito na yung allowable shear force natin. Okay? Force, so ibig sabihin kilonewton. Kapag stress, dapat kilopascal. Okay? So, this is our answer for letter D. Okay? And then, follow up na lang siguro, what if ang tinanong dito ay allowable shear stress, no? Or allowable o wide beam stress. Okay? So, again, yung shortcut natin, no? Kapag stress is, gagawin lang natin, tanggalin lang natin, or hiramin lang natin yung formula ng allowable, tapos tanggalin lang natin yung area, yung B times D. Okay? So, yung allowable wide beam natin dito is simply equal to 1/6 lambda square root of F prime C. Wala nang BD. Tanggalin lang natin yan, na? So, kung gagawin natin yan dito, okay, balik lang natin, no? Answer divided by 2,400 times 400. Okay? So, ayan. Oops, tapos mag-times 1,000 pala, no? Okay? So, times 1,000 ulit. Ibalik natin yung 1,000, syempre. Okay? So, ang makukuha natin dito ay 0.764. Ayan, 0.764. Okay? Tau wide beam or shear wide beam natin ay 0.764 megapascal. Okay? MPa. Ayan. Follow-up question lang. Okay, and then the last one, yung letter E. What is the punching shear stress? Ayan, no? So, walang ginamit na term na allowable. So, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yung formula tapos tanggalin lang yung area, no? So, instead, kapag punching stress or critical punching shear yung tinatanong na sa atin dito, ang gagawin natin ay, of course, kunin natin yung VC in terms of the VU. Okay? So, VU is equal to phi VC. Okay? So, dapat ang punching natin dito ay equal to, okay, alam natin na ang punching ay shear force of concrete divided by, okay, dahil punching ito, perimeter of the section times the effective depth. Okay? But then again, ang gagawin natin dito ay, of course, in terms of VU dapat yung VC natin para maging critical, no? Hindi siya allowable, no? So, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin yung diretso na formula ng VC na allowable. Okay. So, instead, gawin natin itong VU, okay? By this formula, no? VC is equal to VU over phi. VU over phi BOD. Again, this is the perimeter of the section times the effective depth. Okay. So, paano kaya natin yun malalaman, no? Okay. Okay, so to calculate the BO, okay? Diretso na natin 'to, no? Kasi stress naman yung tinatanong. Meron tayong formula. Okay, so konting drawing na lang gawin natin. So again, this is 2.4 by 2.4. Okay? Tapos ito ay 0.4 din. 0.4 by 0.4. Okay? So to calculate or to measure the critical section, kailangan natin d over 2 distance from all the side. Okay? So yun yung rule. D over 2 all throughout the side. Okay? Ayan. So d over 2 dyan, d over 2 dito. So left and right, tapos top and bottom, d over 2. Okay? And then gawa na lang tayo dito ng kunyaring critical section here. Okay? So for example, ito na yung kanyang section, no? Ayusin lang natin. Ayan. So for example, yan na yung mapuputol dito sa ating section. Now, tawagin natin tong x distance and this is y distance. Okay, dahil square yung ating column, square din ito, yung ating critical section na mangyayari, no? So again, yung BO natin dito ay simply twice nung x plus y. Okay? Now, what is the value of x? Okay, take note that x is equal to y. Okay? So, x is actually equal to, meron tayo ditong isang column, okay? Meron tayo ditong isang column plus d over 2 sa left plus d over 2 sa right. Or simply, column dimension plus twice d over 2. Kakancel na yung 2 dito, no? Or simply, column dimension plus d na lang yung shortcut. Again, yung x dito ay equal na rin sa y. So, x now is 0.4 plus 0.4. Yung effective depth natin ay 0.4 din in terms of meter. Okay? So, x natin is 0.8 meters. Then, y din natin is of course 0.8 meters. Now, ultimately, pwede na natin i-calculate yung ating critical section 2 times 0.8 plus 0.8. Okay? BO, 1.6 times 2, this is 3.2 meters. Okay? 1.6, 0.8 plus 0.8, 1.6 times 2, 3.2. Okay. So, meron tayong BO dito and then pwede na natin gamitin yung ating equation here. Now, yung VU pala dito, wala pa tayong VU. Okay? So, paano kunin yung VU pala dito? Okay? So, naputol ito, ano? Okay? So, para makuha natin yung VU, okay, kung maalala natin, no, yung formula natin for VU is simply QU times the area shaded. Okay? So, ano yung area shaded natin kapag kapunching? Okay? So, yung area shaded natin kapag kapunching ay yung natanggal. Okay? So, dito po. Oops. Right? So, palitan na lang natin yung kulay. Ayan na. So, ito yung ating area shaded. Okay? So, yung nasa labas. Okay? Ito yung matatanggal kasi, na. So, paano natin kukunin yung area shaded? Alright? So, para makuha natin yung area shaded, okay? The area of the footing, okay? Para makuha yung area shaded, no? Area ng footing is simply equal to area shaded plus yung area nung matatanggal, yung x times y. Can you imagine? Yung total area ng footing natin ay equal to the sum of yung shaded plus yung nasa loob. Okay? Ano ba yung area nung nasa loob? Okay? Yun yung x times y. Tama? Okay, so yung area ng footing natin dito ay 2.4 square is equal to area shaded plus x times y. 0.8 by 0.8. Tama? Okay, yung x natin ay 0.8, yung y natin ay 0.8. So, therefore, yung area shaded natin dito ay simply equal to, okay, so that is 2.4 square minus 0.8 square. Okay? So, meron tayo dito, oops, okay, balikan natin. 0.8 lang. 0.8 square. Okay? So, meron tayo ditong 5.12 meter square. Okay? 5.12 meter square, no? In terms of meter naman lahat ng dimension natin. Okay? So, yan yung area shaded na natin. 5.12. Alright? So, again, yung QU natin, that is equal to, babalikan natin yung QU natin. Equal to 347.22 ba yun? And 347.22. Okay? Okay, area shaded. or QU natin is 347.22. 347.22. This is kilopascal, no, or kilonewton per square meter. Times yung area shaded natin ay also in square meter na. So yung VU natin na masosolve dito ay kilonewton na dati. So 347, okay, multiply na natin to ng 347.22, 1777.77. Okay? 1777.77 kilonewton. Okay? So, meron na tayong VU, meron pa tayong, meron na tayong VU, meron na rin tayo ditong BO, and then everything is already set. Okay? So, balikan na natin ito. Gawin lang natin tong 1777.77. Again, gusto natin tong gawing Newton muna. Okay? Para maging MPa yung makuha natin, no? Gawin natin Newton per mm square muna para maging MPa. Okay? Yung phi natin dito ay 0.75. Yung BO natin naman ay, okay, ayan, 3.2. Again, gawin natin tong mm dapat. Okay? Para maging MPa. So, 3,200 times yung effective depth natin na 400. Okay? And then, pwede na natin kunin yung ating 0.77 times 10 raised to 3 divided by 0.75 times 3,200 times 400. Okay? So, meron tayo ditong 1.85 MPa. 1.85 megapascal. Okay? So, ito yung ating example number 1.